And for me, especially, we're almost to my birthday weekend. Let's go. It's your host, Will the Thrill, on that one and only Thrills Town channel, once again. And I am tired. Stayed up late a little bit last night. My weekly routine on Wednesdays, I play poker with the guys. You know, I get my guy time once a week, and I give Stephanie her girls time once a week, you know? Didn't notice the radio was still on. Testing, 1, 2. You hear me now? Okay. No, but yeah, I stayed up late last night playing poker with the guys. You know, we're not live yet. We normally do live. We meet at somebody's house, and we meet up at somebody's house. We bring the table, the chairs, and you know, we order food and get together with the guys, and we catch up. You know, we play poker. But since COVID, the one and only Mr. COVID or Mrs. COVID, we do it on Zoom. There's an application. It's a private table. We all join it, little group, and so stayed up late, the usual Wednesday nights, and then Thursday nights, Stephanie does her own thing, you know, with her friends or with her mom and stuff like that. So I'm getting there. You know, I got my coffee next to me. I got the road ahead of me. I got my work phone going loud. Put it on vibrate. No need for noises so early in the morning. But I'm very excited for the next, I think it's gonna finally be in the sometime middle of August. The final date will be posted. The flyer will be out for the interview. But I met him yesterday. He's a great guy. He goes by the name of John Legendary on Instagram. Shout out to him, and he's doing his thing. You know, great guy. Family man, humble. He's an entrepreneur, so he works for himself, does investing, looks out for everybody, gives advice to people on his stuff. Check him out. Hit him up. He's there if you need him. I can't wait. So like I said, in the middle of August, I'll be interviewing him, and we'll be getting it going. I wanted to talk a little bit about, I know a lot of people have been asking me questions and trying to get it going, and I just wanted to make it a correct time. But about grandparents, it's a really big topic when it comes to families, because I think grandparents are one of the most important keys in a kid's life. I think grandparents are very much needed. If unfortunately they're not there, then they're not there. You know, God bless them. You know, but if they're there, use them to their advantage. You know, they're there to spoil your kids. They're there to grab your kids and that you get your own time. You could never have too much of them. So, you know, I have my mother-in-law, that she's amazing. I don't have my father-in-law. So I feel her pressure sometimes when I feel like it's all on her, and I accept it and I appreciate it. Everything she can do, great. If she can't, great. You know, at the end of the day, it's your responsibility. You're the one that wanted kids. You're the one that wanted to bring the kids to the world. That's on you, baby. But if you got the grandparents there, both especially, use them. Sometimes I know it could be a little bit annoying. You know, sometimes it could be that they're always there. But that's fine. The kids look up to that, you know? And they're just enjoying now the time watching their kids raise their kids. And if anything, honesty is key. Honesty is key. You know, talk to them and tell them, you know. Hey, She, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Will the Thrill here on the Thrills Town channel, talking about grandparents. Every morning, post a video, post it on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel. Check it out. Let me know. Weekends, I try and do interviews with dads as well, and just here, giving out that fatherly advice based on my life experiences. So I thank you for watching. Yeah, grandparents. They're there for support also and advice. You know, everything that you are going through as a father, they've been through it, you know. Thank you for following, Dark Standing. I appreciate it. They've been through it. They've been through all the sacrifices you are going through. They've been through all the parenting you are going through, all the, you know, the troubles, everything. So they're there for support. Use them. You want to watch my kid? Go ahead and grab them. I'm gonna go hang out with my wife. I'm gonna spend that time with my wife that I don't get, because it's hard. I've discussed this and I've talked about it millions of times. It's hard. Yes sir, or ma'am. Every morning I try to be on by 6:30 and 6:40. Little quick videos every morning based on my life experiences. I post it on YouTube after, so people can catch it after the fact. And then I do interviews on the weekends with special dads about, obviously, you know, how they do it, how they balance when they're busy. But you need that time with that wife. I've said this a million times. You need that time with your wife, your spouse, your significant other, your girlfriend. You need that quality time. So, you know, it's really hard nowadays, especially with everything that's going on, to find a babysitter. You know, I have my 5-month-old now that my wife is, you know, she wanted to go back to work, but not full time, because I'm not going to put, you know, my 5-month-old into a full-time daycare, because they're just going to get sick every day. And I feel like the money that she's going to make will pay for that right now, you know, in this specific time, in the time that I am in my life. But, excuse me, my grandparents really try to give me advice all the time, and I just ignore it because it's usually so stupid. You know, it could be repetitive stuff too, but sometimes you can't change that though. Sometimes you can't change the way they are. So I always say, accept the way they are. Take in that advice. If it's good, great. If it's bad, fine. And just ignore, because, you know, that's your parents. They raised you. They are just trying to give you the best advice that they can for you. You know, so I've gotten advice from my parents or from my wife's mom sometimes, and I'm like, you know, it's okay. But then I have to realize, you know, they're gonna keep doing it. You know, that's what they are. That's who they are. They're there for support. They're there for advice. They're there to watch your kids too. So I feel like if you feel that way, then, you know, ignore it. Move forward. Don't let it change you. Don't let it change the way you do things in your life. Just take it in and ignore it, you know? So it's hard to find a babysitter. It's hard, especially for the money. They're not going to want to do it for $8, $10, $12 an hour. They're going to want to do it for some money, you know? So if you got the grandparents, call them up and say, hey, you know, I need you to watch my kids, or I would like for you to watch my kids. And, you know, if they got the time and they're those type of grandparents that will do it, they'll do it. You know, they'll support and take it. And then go and grab your wife and do it, bro. If they're going to tell me to stop texting and driving while they are my passengers, obviously I'm going to ignore it, because I'm the driver, not them. I get to decide. You shouldn't text and drive. It's very dangerous. I do these videos, but I'm always looking at the road, and, you know, I should quickly read it, but I'm not. You know, you shouldn't be texting and driving. It's very dangerous. That's weird, you know. For real, grandparents are too free. Yes, man. Yes. Use them to your advantage. They're there. Use them. If it's too much, great. Accept it. If they're annoying, you know, ignore it and move forward. They're gonna keep doing it. That's what they're there for. They're not gonna listen to you. You think if they never listened to you when they were raising you, think now they're gonna listen to you? No. Take advantage. Go grab your wife and take her out to dinner. And like I said, sometimes you can't. Dude, have them watch them at your house and then go to the backyard. As long as you are in another room or you don't hear the crying, or hear, mommy, daddy, use them to your advantage. My parents are, they don't live here. They moved. And, I'm happy for them because that's what they worked hard for. They worked very hard so many years. And when he retired, they finally were able to move and buy the home that they wanted. And they're living the life that they wanted. So when they do come into town to visit, I know they want to do as much as they can with my kids, and I let them. And if it takes them being in my house all day, every day, then I'm gonna let that, because when they leave, and it'll be a week or another 2 weeks till they come back again to visit. I know it's difficult now for us to go over there because of the sleeping with the newborn, but when they get old enough, the traveling is gonna happen a lot more, and the time is gonna be a lot more. We're gonna enjoy it more because we don't have it as much as an everyday thing, So when they do come into town, I take advantage. Look, come Saturday, they're gonna be down for my birthday. At night, I asked my pops, hey, watch the kids. I'm gonna go out for my birthday, and sure enough, they said yeah. They didn't even hesitate, How can I focus on the road and read? Can you teach me? You skim through the words really fast. It's an experience you got, man. Yeah. Listen, guys. It's in front of me. You guys can hear me fine. I've been doing this. I'm not gonna change the way I am. If you don't like it, you can unfollow. It's pretty much that, plain and simple. It is what it is. So you want to use that time with your grandparents, and you want to take advantage. Let them watch your kids. If they're there, great. If they're not, I'm sorry that they're not. But the advice that they give, it comes down from them. It means well. Sometimes it could be stupid. Sometimes it could be annoying. But those are your parents. They raised you. They only want what's best for you. So accept it. And again, if it's stupid, ignore it. There's always times where they're at your house and it can become annoying and just repetitive things, and it's like, come on, man. But they only mean well, so accept it, and if not, be honest with them. Hey, listen, you said this like 3 times. It don't mean nothing. Can you move forward? Be honest with them. Express how you feel about them. It may go a long way. They may express things that you do that are annoying to them, or that you do with your kids that are annoying to them. So it may be a good step to take to get your feelings out there between you and them, and it may be good. I've been trying to hang out with my grandparents too much recently, and I still try to see them 3-4 times a week. But I was infected with COVID, as I just try to keep my contact with the minimum. Yeah, definitely if you got COVID, obviously you can't be around them, especially them being old. It's hard. Grab that Zoom. We have so many devices nowadays that, you could see them without seeing them in live. I try to see my grandmother. My grandfather passed at 96, super healthy. He lived his full life. But my grandmother's still alive. So I try and take my my kids, because that's their great grandmother. So I try to take them to see their great grandmother when I can. It was very hard during COVID time because of her being old. But now, I try to take them at least. I know it's very hard because you have your life, you have your work, you have your wife, your kids, things like that. So it's very hard to get that time, but do it, because they're not always going to be there. Eventually they're gonna pass. So try and take advantage and go and see them, because they're the ones, they're alive to see their great grandkids. That's awesome, bro. I have my wife's grandmother. She sees the boys at least 1 to 2 times a month, because she's doing her own thing too. And so, yes, she still drives. Yes, she's living on her own. But when she sees the boys, and she does everything she can for them. If you think your parents are going to spoil your kids, the great-grandparents are going to spoil them even twice, even double, because they're alive to see them. They're alive to enjoy time with them, and that's amazing. You're seeing your kids alive. That's generation, brother. That's amazing. 96. Wow, I'm sorry for your loss. He was taking us too soon. Yeah, I mean, it's you think you're prepared for something like that. Holy man, that sun is like a bright light. Somebody turn that off? No? It's broken on? Thanks, okay. You think you're prepared for that, but you're not. It still hit me like a wall, because I grew up, I wasn't raised by him, but he definitely helped a lot. And he was picking me up from school. My parents would pick me up from them. I lived in their house for about 2 years till my father's house was built. I spent a lot of time with him, and I have my 2 cousins and then my 2 brothers and my sister that we all, we would go to their house, and he was always about jokes and advice, and he taught me a lot. He taught me things that, my father didn't. My father taught me a lot. I don't mean anything bad by it, but there's things that, he would say that he didn't. So when he did, yeah, it hit me like a wall, and it was hard. But if you think about it, 96, that's a full year. That's a full ride. He was a great person, very healthy, but, of old age, it just happens. But he was able to see my first. He was able to see me get married, and he was able to see my first. And, so that's what I was super excited about. Yes, Sly Dog. His thing was like my dad, Domino's. He would walk in Little Havana to the Domino's park every weekend. Yaita just playing. He wasn't a big smoker. On holidays, he would take that cigar or a whiskey drink. But he wasn't a big drinker or smoker. But yes, he was an awesome Domino's player, and he loved the game. Like I said, he walked to the Domino's park in Little Havana almost every weekend and just play and play and play. So, wrapping things up, when it comes to grandparents, use them. Don't ignore them. When it comes to advice or babysitting, use it. If it's bad advice, ignore it. That's your parents. They're soon 20, 30, 40 years from now, they're not going to be there either. So take advantage. I am. I will. I know, especially like mine, if they're out of town and it's hard, then, it is what it is. They're living their life. Be happy for them, So, thank you guys all for watching. I appreciate you. I appreciate the follows. I'll be back on tomorrow, because you know what? Tomorrow is Friday. It's Friday, the weekend here. And your boy Will the Thrill birthday Saturday. Let's go! Wake up. Do it big. It's almost the end of the month. Remember, I'm always here. Shoot me on that Instagram or that YouTube. I'm out. Peace and love.